We're hoping that the campus community and the Richmond community will help us figure that out.
Campus police at EKU are hoping you can help them track down the person who they say sexually assaulted a student.
He was always there for you. Every time you call him, he answered. He was there for you.
Tonight, those who knew a teenager killed in a Boyle County crash are remembering him.
Weekend off and running on a very nice note, but it is Super Bowl Sunday getting my attention as a developing storm takes aim at the Ohio Valley, including here in Kentucky. We'll pinpoint what to expect just ahead.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening. We saw some snowflakes this morning, but really not enough to cause any problems.
But now we are turning our attention to another storm headed to the Bluegrass just in time for Super Bowl Sunday. We begin with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. He is tracking the potential for a really wet weekend.
Yeah, wet, some cases wintry out there as well. A couple of systems out to our west, guys, going to kind of join forces and form an Ohio Valley winter storm. It's just been a question of exactly where we would fall into the process of that winter storm. Show you what we're looking at on live First Alert Defender as of now. Those two systems starting to throw a little cloud cover already into parts of Missouri. We may see some clouds filtering in as the day goes on. My current thoughts on all this: we get those two lows to kind of come together, and then a low tracks right across the Bluegrass state. Kiddos, if you want a big snowstorm around here, you don't want a low pressure right on top of you. You want it to your south or just to your east. That would push the heaviest snows to the north of the Bluegrass state into parts of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, up toward Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So for us, it's a mix to rain and then to some snow. So moral of the story, we've got a little bit of everything coming on Sunday, but a lot of wet weather thrown in there. It is just flat out looking ugly Sunday into Sunday night. Short-term forecast, it's a clear and a cold start to our weekend with temperatures that will be down into the 20s. Super Bowl weekend. What else are we focusing on, guys, but that messy Super Bowl forecast that I've got for you coming up in just a few minutes when I will break down the timeline on what to expect into the Bluegrass state.
All right, Chris, we will see you then. Thank you. Tonight, friends and family are mourning the loss of a teenager killed in a crash. That crash happened on Shakertown Road in Boyle County last night.
Investigators say a 17-year-old ran her car off the road and hit a tree. The car then flipped and landed on a rock fence. Investigators say that her boyfriend, 17-year-old Daniel Neal, died in that crash. Tonight in our top story at 6, Phil Pendleton talks with friends about how they are remembering Daniel Neal.
Broken things line the side of Kentucky 33. Pieces of windows, mirrors, and other reminders of a tragedy.
Doesn't seem real to me.
Reminders of the brokenness and loss they feel.
He was just always there. When I was down and needed somebody to bring me back up, he was there regardless. Even if me and him was fighting or anything, he was always there for me.
Austin Hines says Daniel Neal was closer than a brother.
Just when I needed him, he was there, and when he needed me, I was there.
Daniel Neal's father is a retired firefighter from Lexington. He tells us that his son was so proud of himself to have recently completed his GED and was looking forward to going to the Bluegrass Community Technical System and getting his college degree.
Neal and his girlfriend were headed home after watching basketball when police say wet roads may have caused their car to run off the road, hit a tree, and overturn on a rock fence. The 17-year-old driver's uncle says it's a dangerous road.
And once if you get off the edge of this road and try to get back on, there's no way.
He says his niece was also hurt, but she was treated and released from the Danville Hospital.
She's had some facial injuries. Physically, she's fine. Emotionally, she's going to have some recovery.
Neal attended Mercer County High School, where grief counselors were busy Friday. In Boyle County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Police tell us they believe the crash was an accident, although they say speed was likely a factor.
Police say she bought marijuana and then gave it to her daughter and her daughter's friend. The Lexington mother is facing charges tonight. Police say Sherry Humpston did not send her daughter to school yesterday. She then took her daughter to Bryan Station Middle School to pick up a friend, and that's when we're told she took both girls to buy marijuana and then let him smoke it. It's a story that's new at 6. Kristin Kennedy brings us the latest on the investigation.
Bryan Station Middle School parents were shocked to hear what happened here Thursday. Lexington police say mom Sherry Humston, her daughter, and her daughter's 13-year-old friend drove off school property, bought marijuana, and smoked it.
It's horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Police go on to say the mother brought the girls back to the middle school, checked her daughter in, and forged a note for her friend to get back into class 2.
I mean, that's just not something you do. The parent's supposed to be the adult. We're supposed to protect our children, not get them in trouble.
Fayette County Public School leaders say the student involved with the mother-daughter pair was dropped off on campus Thursday morning, but didn't enter the school building until checking in much later. The students, were told, missed several class periods before checking in for the day.
It's just sad, but that's, things like that happen. I just hate that it happened, so close to the family or any child.
Parents we spoke to planned on having conversations with their teens, letting them know what happened. In Lexington, Kristin Kennedy, WKYT.
Sherry Humston is charged with unlawful transaction.
We have an alert tonight from Eastern Kentucky University. Police are investigating a report of a sexual assault. We're told the incident happened about 7:30 last night while the victim was walking around the EKU campus. Our Hillary Thornton talked to university officials who are asking students to report any suspicious behavior.
I woke up to the alert this morning. I got an email.
That alert issued after EKU police say a student reported being inappropriately touched and harassed around 7:30 Thursday evening near the Powell building in the campus bookstore.
EKU female student who was approached by 3 African-American males, one of whom reached out and touched her inappropriately. At that point, they went their separate ways.
The crime alert says the victim told police the 2 other men then followed and harassed her. Campus officials are not sure at this time if the 3 men are EKU students.
We're hoping that the campus community and the Richmond community will help us figure that out.
Now, many students I spoke with out here on campus say they typically take precautions and that this situation is causing them to be even more alert.
I never walk alone. If I have to, I just call my roommate and she'll come meet me or whatever and walk together. And she's the same way. I just wouldn't advise walking alone at night, especially if you're a girl.
I encourage everyone in the campus community to be vigilant, to make sure that they are aware of their safety, where they are both on campus and off at all times.
In Richmond, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Campus police say the man is in his 20s, about 5'8", weighing 250 pounds, was wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt and blue jeans.
The search for a sex offender in Boyle County is now over. Deputies say James Kevin White was booked in the Boyle County Detention Center around 2 this afternoon. Deputies tell us White failed to comply with his sex offender registration. They issued a warrant for his arrest after they realized he was no longer living at his Danville address. Tonight, we have learned a former lawmaker serving life in prison recently spent time in the hospital. We're told Steve Nunn was transported to Jewish Hospital in Louisville a couple of weeks ago. Officials say he was released and returned to prison late last week. They didn't say why he was in the hospital. Nunn is serving a life sentence for the 2009 murder of his former fiancée, Amanda Ross, in Lexington.
A man charged in a 2013 Lexington murder case was back in front of a judge this morning. Police say that Joel Searcy carjacked an 81-year-old man and threw him out of a vehicle in a parking lot. That man later died from his injuries. Police say Searcy also took a woman and her 3 children on a dangerous ride and crashed her car before the carjacking. Prosecutors asked for a mental health exam, which will be performed next week. Searcy will be back in court a week from today. A man charged with reckless homicide says he is guilty. Frederick entered a guilty plea yesterday. Police say in a 2013 case he ran a red light on Highway 27 in Nicholasville when his van T-boned a truck that was turning. Police say the driver of that truck, James Stevens, was killed in the crash. He received a 5-year sentence, which was diverted.
It is a proposal that has created a lot of buzz in Lexington. Today, a Board of Adjustment voted to approve a new Islamic center in Lexington. The Islamic Center will be built on Armstrong Mill Road near Appian Way. The site plan shows a 3-story building with a 200-space parking lot. Many people who live near the proposed site say they're worried it will mean increased traffic, but several who supported the plan say this will have no impact.
Now we have a buyer who has a plan that calls for a minimal use impact acres of green space and saves my dad's trees. Quite honestly, I don't know what this is all about. This is a good plan.
Only one member of the Board of Adjustment voted against the proposal.
The number of flu cases in Lexington is going up. The Fayette County Health Department says 123 cases have been confirmed so far this season. Health officials say 50 flu deaths have been confirmed statewide. Dr. Rice Leach with the Health Department says the deaths have impacted mostly adults with an already existing medical condition. He also says that one particular strain of flu is more virulent than normal and makes you more sick. And this year's vaccine may not protect against it.
My comparison is like this. Here are Chevrolets and Fords, and we managed to get a vaccine that works on the Chevrolet kind of flu, but it's useless on the Ford kind of flu. We got more Ford flu than Chevrolet flu, but we still got this stuff. So get the vaccine.
According to the state health department, 3 children have died in Kentucky this flu season. High-risk groups that are urged to get vaccinated include children, the elderly, and pregnant women. This time last year, some parts of the state had already seen up to 10 inches of snow.
Yeah, so far this year we have been pretty lucky and have not had to deal with much snow. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell takes a closer look at this year's snowfall.
It doesn't matter if you're a Seahawks fan or if you're a Patriots fan. We could all see the same thing on Super Bowl Sunday night. That could be the potential of snow for the second year in a row.
For many, the Super Bowl is another holiday, and it includes many traditional holiday features that include food, friends, and some minor travel. Just like last year, those football fans might encounter some snow on the day of the big game.
We may have another game planned. If we do. Maybe have to put off the party and celebrate until Monday, but that's part of it.
Last week's snow was the first major test for road crews this winter. In fact, that round of snow pushed us to above average for the season.
Right now we're around 7 inches, which is right at normal, as hard as that is to believe. But as is the case around here, sometimes it just takes one storm to do that.
Compared to last year around this same time, we'd picked up just better than 10.5 inches of snowfall compared to 7.5 this season.
Last year, obviously, a much colder winter, more active winter. We had a lot of systems that were coming through, kind of nickel and diming us with a lot of light snow events. And then we got into February and March, and then we had several big snow events.
So no matter what the case is, these guys will be ready to go on standby no matter what happens with the weather situation Sunday night into the early morning hours on your Monday. In Lexington, I'm WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
Brandenburg said that by this time last year, crews had been out more than 30 times. This year, they've only been out on the roads a handful of times.
Follow WKYT online at WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
Some temporary changes are on the way for winter yard waste collection in Lexington. Starting Monday, February 9th, crews will not pick up any Lenny containers, the yard waste bundles, or yard waste bags.
Waste Management says that this is because most households don't have a lot of yard waste this time of year. They also say this will allow crews to be more efficient on waste and recycling routes. The regular schedule will resume on March 23rd.